This is Audible.
Vagabond Squadron by Robbie MacNiven. Read by Emma Gregory. We carry the God Emperor's vengeance. Motto of the 901st Imperial Navy Tactical Wing. We're the God Emperor's very own drop-off and pick-up service. Attributed to Flight Lieutenant Hal Vaughan, 901st Imperial Navy Tactical Wing. Part 1. Chapter 1. 4 grunts were being flogged as Cass and Orlov passed by on their way to Sushan Palace. They were Hyakans, and their comrades were being made to watch. The battalion, roughly 400 strong, had been drawn up in 2 ranks on 3 sides around the parade square. They were in full kit and were visibly sweltering in the afternoon heat as the punishment played out. Tripod frames had been constructed from the hafts of the ceremonial spontoons carried by Hyakan sergeants, and the guilty had been stripped of their upper fatigues and strung up to them by their wrists. The battalion's drummer boys were administering the sentence with electro-flails. The wicked cracking sound of each strike cut the humid air like a knife. The bared backs of the 4 were red raw.
"Thank the throne the Navy doesn't flog pilots,"
Orlov said to Cass. "We're too valuable," she responded, morbid fascination holding her attention as she and Orlov crossed around the edge of the parade's open side, headed for the palace's main gates beyond. A Hyakan sergeant major was calling out the number of each lash. Next to him, the regiment's senior commissar was watching to ensure the drummers weren't going easy on their comrades, or that their arms weren't starting to tire. There were several more junior commissars prowling like black-clad predators along the front ranks of the onlooking battalion, watching the faces of the men. They were making sure none averted their eyes, and hunting for any hint of a venomous glance cast at either themselves or the regiment's officers. The guilty 4 had been given leather bits to chew down on, but one had lost theirs, and they began to cry out with each shivering blow. Cass saw several onlookers wince. She wondered how many lashes they had been sentenced to.
"I wonder what they did,"
Orlov mused. "Probably tied their bootlaces the wrong way," Cass said. One of the junior commissars looked at them. Cass held his gaze until they had passed round the rear of the ranks drawn up immediately in front of the gates. There were 2 Tempestus scions guarding the doors, big brutes in the red carapace armour of the Alphic Hydras. They checked the ident tags of the pair of aviators before banging twice on the entrance. With a rusty squeal, the heavy doors began to part. Cass and Orlov stepped through, leaving the wicked cracks and agonized crying behind. Sushan Palace had once been the residence of the High Sharag, the local title given to Kanai Tertius's Imperial commander. It was just one of a number of royal residences dotted along the Ejai Valley. In centuries past, the planet's ruler would have spent time touring between them, overseeing the implementation of the Imperium's authority. Nowadays, palaces like Sushan were relics of a bygone era, uninhabited for almost a century. That was, until the guard had arrived. The palace complex was walled, an inner courtyard in front of the primary residence, with lower secondary and tertiary wings flanking it. The walls had been white